Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. So just as we're getting ready to start for our session, we're just going to make sure that we have our football if we can. And if we also have a bouncy ball, that'd be really good as well. And then what else we'd like to get is if we have 4 or 5 different books that we're able to put on the floor for different exercises we're going to be doing later on in the session. Okay, so we're going to start up. We're going to start with our warm-up like we normally do. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do our high knees. So just get your own little bit of space. What I want you to do is get your knees up as far as your tummy for 15 seconds. Okay, take a break. Next one is going to be stair drums. So we touch our hands over our head and behind our back. When our hands are over our head, our feet go out. And when they're behind our back, our feet come in. So we'll do that for 15 seconds as well. So out. Okay. So the next one we're going to do is we're going to do our side-to-side step, and we're going to touch down in between our legs. Okay, so we're going to go back. We're going to go to one side, and we're going to go side to side, down, touch between your legs, and over. Okay. Okay. Next little warm-up thing we're going to do is we're going to get our football. So we're going to put the football down between our feet, or in our hands, sorry. So we're going to touch the football. Put my camera down a small bit. So we're touching the football off the ground, and we're jumping up and reaching up with our hands above our head. Okay, so we're going to do 10 of them. So football down, touch the ground, and then hands up in front of our head. 1. Very good. And then the last thing what I want us to do is if we have a water bottle or something about this high, we're going to practice our Flamingo Balancing now. Okay? So we're going to put our bottle on the ground. And what I want us to do is can we make sure that so Flamingo balance is on one leg. So what I want us to do is we're going to balance on one leg, and we're going to touch the bottle with our opposite hand. So we're going to do 6 on each side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then just shake your leg out a little bit, and then switch over, and now you're going to balance off your other leg. So remember, it's the opposite hand touching the top of the bottle. Bending down nice and slow, like the balancing we practiced with Rob in the last 2 weeks. 4, 5, 6. Perfect. So we're going to do another round of that. So just get a quick drink for yourself, and then we'll do one more round, and then we'll get into our movements. Okay? So go get your drink. Okay, so we're going to do the same round again. We're going to do 5 exercises again. High knees, our jumping jacks, side to side, frog jump and catch, and we're going to do our flamingo touches as well. Okay, so we'll go back again, get your own space, and we're going to do our high knees again as quick as we can. Getting our knees up as far as our tummy. Okay, into our jumping jacks. Touching our hands over our head and behind our back. Okay, into our side step and touch. So you touch down between your legs. So you're sitting down like your frog and touching your hands in between your heels. 4 more. Next one is our football jumps. Okay, so we're holding our football or our ball in our hand. We go down, touch the ground, jump up. If you're able to keep jumping one after another without having to stop, that'd be great. If you want to jump, hands over your head, take a set, jump, and you can do that as well. So we'll do 7 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay? So get our water bottle again, or whatever we have, just that's a little bit off the ground. So we're on our one leg again, like our flamingo, and we're going to touch it to the top of the bottle with our opposite hand. So we're up on one leg, and I reach forward, and I touch the bottle. 5 more. Wriggle out your leg, get a little bit of stretch, and then switch over onto the other leg. And it's still our opposite hand that we're trying to touch off the top of the bottle. 1, 2, halfway. Very good. Okay, so we're going to go back into now, we're going to do some animal movements that Rob would have done with us before. Then we're going to do a few challenges with them movements. So we've got our books for our obstacle course. Well, it's not an obstacle course. I'll explain that when we get to it. And then we're going to do our football skills for the last 8, 9, 10 minutes. Okay? So get a quick drink and we'll be ready to go in about 20, 30 seconds. Right. Okay. So the first move we're going to do is what Rob was doing, I think, in the second week. So we're going to do our bear walk starting off. So the way we walk with our bear is we keep our hands and our feet on the ground and we walk with the opposite hand to our foot. So if our right foot is moving forward, it's our left hand, and then it's the other way around. So if it's your left foot, it's your right hand. Okay? So go back as far as you can into your room. So we're going to go down on the ground, keeping our knees off the ground if we can, and our hands should be under our shoulders. So we're going to walk opposite hand to opposite foot. So my right hand, my left foot, left hand, my right foot. Okay, and then we're going to try and do it backwards. Okay, let's take a little break. And then we're going to go again now in 5 seconds. So our bear walk again. Down, hands under our shoulders, knees off the ground, opposite hand to opposite foot. And backwards. Okay. The next walk we're going to do is it's called an elephant walk. So instead of walking with our opposite hand to our opposite foot, it's going to be the same hand, same foot, okay? So when I lift my left hand off the ground, I want to be moving my left leg as well. So you have to be a little bit more controlled when you're moving in order to do this well, okay? So we'll take our time starting off. So we're only going to do this forward, and then after a minute or two, we're going to try and do it backwards. So down in our same position as our bear, we're here. So can I move my same hand and same foot at the same time? So left hand, left foot. Right hand, right foot, left hand, left. This one is a little bit more tough. Well done. If you want to get a quick drink too, and we'll go back to the start again. So back to our start. We'll get down on our hands and toes again. So same hand, same foot, walking around like an elephant. Okay, So now we're going to do it a little bit more complicated. So we're going to do it forwards and we're going to do it backwards. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing we were doing the last 2 times with our elephant walk, and then we're going to do it as if we're going backwards with our elephant walk as well. So that one's going to be really hard. So same hand, same foot forward. And now can we do our elephant backwards? So get up, we'll shake out our legs because it's a little bit tough on our feet. And we're going to do one more round of our elephant going forwards and backwards. So last one. So we're down here, hands under our shoulders, knees off the ground, same hand, same foot. Very good. Right. Next one we're going to do. So the next animal we're going to do is called a seal walk. Okay. So the way the seal works, I'll try and get down close so you can see. Okay. So the way the seal works is you have to keep your hands on the ground, but you have to try and keep your knees, hips off the ground, so you're dragging your toes along the ground with you. Okay. So see. So I'm trying to keep my knees off the ground, my hips off the ground, and I'm pulling my body forward, so I'm dragging my toes along with me. Okay, so we're going to try that going forward. Now this one is really hard, so it's probably easier for older, stronger children, but small kids, if you want to try it, you can. Okay, so we'll go back to the start of our space again. So we've got our hands in front of our hips. We got our fingers pointed out from our body, so my right is pointing out that way, and my left, so these are my flippers. I get my hips and my knees off the ground, and I'm trying to pull myself forward with my hands. So you're really strong to do this. We'll take a break. We'll do 2 more of them. Wriggle out your arms. So instead of like the bear and the elephant where you wriggle your feet, now we're using our arms. So wriggle your arms out as well just to get them nice and loose. Okay, we'll go down and we'll do our second one. So hands pointed out from your body, your flippers, hips down, and then you lift your arms up, bring your knees and hips off the ground, and then you're dragging your feet along the ground like a seal. Very good. And take another wriggle of our arms, just get nice and loose. Do your feet as well while you're at it. And then we're going to do one last round of our seal walk. So down, flippers pointed out, knees and hips off the ground, and can I pull myself forward with my arms? Very good. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do a challenge now with our books. So if you can see my floor, so what I'm going to do is I've got my different books here, okay, so different ones that I have at home. What I'd like you to do is to spread the books out as far apart as you can in the room with your space. If you have brothers or sisters in the room as well, this is going to be a little bit more difficult for you because you're going to have to try and avoid bumping into them as well, okay? So what we're going to do, so I'm moving my books around the floor. So we're going to do our movement. We're going to do an animal movement, and then we're going to count how many times we can touch a book in 30 seconds. So I've got my timer here on my watch. So what I'm going to do is I'll demonstrate what we're doing first, and then you're going to have a go, okay? So our first move is our bear crawl. So what I want us to do is, if you can see, so you can see the books on my floor. So say I've got one here. What I want us to do is we're going to bear crawl around for 30 seconds. And every time, for the bigger kids, what I'd like you to do is to try and touch your nose off the book. For our small kids, all you have to do is touch our forehead. Okay, so it's a little bit harder to touch our nose. So what I want us to do is we're going to go around in our bear. So remember, bear is opposite hand, opposite foot. So I go around in my bear. I touch my nose off the book. That's 1, 2. I can do my backwards bear if I want, or if I want to turn around, I can. 3, 4. Okay? So the only rule for this game is you can't go to the same, or you can't go over and back between 2 books, one after another. So you have to go to a different book every time. Okay? So we're going to do our bear crawl for 30 seconds. Every time you touch your nose off a book, you get a point, or every time you touch your forehead if you're a bit younger than that. Okay? So we're going to ready to go. 3, 2, 1, go. With 10 seconds gone. A really good score for this is probably 8 or 9. We're over halfway. 10 seconds left. 3, 2, 1, break. Very good. So we're going to take a little break again now. So what you're going to do, just get up, wriggle your hands and legs around just to give you a bit of a stretch out and a rest. And we're going to go again and we're going to try and beat your score. I'm going to have a go this time. I think 9 would be a really good target to get in 30 seconds. Okay? So we'll get set again. Wherever you want to start. We're going in 10. 3, 2, 1, go. Ten seconds left. Oh, break. I got 7 instead of 9. Okay, so we'll probably be doing this in the next few weeks again. So whatever score you get, try and remember it, and then the next time we do this challenge, you're trying to beat that score. Okay. So the next animal movement we're going to do is remember we were talking about our flamingo. Okay, so our flamingo was up on one leg. So what I want us to do is we're going to hop around the room on one leg, and the way you get a point is you bend down, touch the book with your opposite hand. So this is my left leg. So my right hand comes down, I touch the book. If you're a bit older, you can keep the same foot going for 30 seconds. If you're a bit younger, maybe junior, seniors, first class, what I think you should probably do is when you touch the book, then you switch your leg, and then you hop around on your other leg. When you touch another book, you switch your leg again. Okay? So we're going to go around, hopping, like our flamingo. Every time we touch our book, we get a point. Okay? So I'll get our set up for 30 seconds again. 3, 2, 1, go. Ten seconds left. Break. Okay. So remember, counting your score. If you're a bit older, you could probably be able to hop on the same leg for the whole round. If you're a bit younger, you should be trying to swap your leg when you get a little bit tired after a few seconds. Okay. We're going to get our drink again. Okay, so we're going to do another round of that. So our flamingo hops. Okay, so we're really trying to practice our balance when we're going down, touch the book, and back up. Okay, so really trying to focus on staying on one leg when we're going down, touching the book. Okay, so we'll go 30 seconds again. 3, 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, halfway, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Great. So 12 is what I was able to get in 30 seconds. So when we do this again sometime in the next 2 weeks, I'm trying to beat 7 in my bear crawl, and I'm trying to beat 12 in my flamingo hopping. Okay? So get yourself a quick drink again. And now what we're going to do is we're going to get into our football skills now. So the ones we said, if you've seen the video yesterday evening, we're going to look at our hop, and we're going to do a little bit of solo today as well, and a small bit of catching as well. Okay? So a quick drink. What you can do while you're getting ready is you can pick up your books again. Now, right. So we were asking you if you could have a football and a bouncy ball. For the first few exercises, if you have a bouncy ball, so a rubber ball that'll bounce a little bit higher, we should try and use that for this, okay? So it'll make it a little bit harder for us. But if you have a football, you can use that as well, but a bouncy ball would be a little bit better, okay? So first movement we're going to do is we're going to our frog, so like we did at the warm-up, so our frogs, so sit down like a frog and jump with our hands over our head. We're going to do the same thing, but with the ball in our hands, okay? So what I want us to do is, can we reach with our arms nice and straight up over my head, and my hands should be in a W, okay? So from here down, a W. When we're using a bigger football, our thumbs will be a little bit apart. For the small ball, it should be a little bit together, okay? So we're going to go for 20 seconds, and we're going to see how many touchdown and jumps can we do in 20 seconds. So making sure we're doing a big jump off the ground with our hands nice and straight, okay? So 2 hands in the ball. So we're going for 20 seconds. 2 seconds. 3, 2, 1, go. Touch, jump over our head. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 3 seconds left. 11, 12. Very good. So take a little break for yourself. We're going to do one more round of that, and then we'll move on to something a little bit more difficult, okay? So we're trying to sit down like our frog, getting our bum nice and close to the ground, and then when we jump up, we should get our feet off the ground, and our hands should be straight up over our head, okay? We give it 5 more seconds, and we'll do another set. Okay? 3, 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Very good. Okay. Where's my watch? Perfect. So the next one we're going to do is, remember when Rob was doing our duck walk? So our knee was pulling up along the ground, and our knee went down close to the ground. So we're going to do the same here. What I want you to do is, every time you take a step with your duck walk, I'll go back a little bit just to show you. So I'm down like my duck, knee off the ground. Every time I take a step, I bounce my ball. For our small kids, so junior, seniors, first and second, if we just do a little bounce up to about head height. And for our bigger kids, if you want, you can do a bigger bounce, so you have to reach and catch, or you could bounce with one hand and catch like that as well, okay? So for our older kids, you can bounce it higher to make it harder, or you can bounce it with one hand to see can you control that as well, okay? So we're going to go back to the start of our room. So we have loads of space. So down like our duck, knee on the ground, you drag it through. Every time I bounce, I walk forward, bounce, catch, catch. Yeah. Wriggle out your legs, because that one's very tough on your legs. Okay, we're going to go down again. So down in our duck. So step, knee close to the ground, hop. Can we step and catch? Very good. And we're going to do one more round of that. Quick drink if you want one. Okay, so last round of our duck walk, bounce and catch. I'll start with my other leg forward this time. So kneel on ground, bounce, catch. Very good. Okay, so the next one we're going to do is we're going to do our frog sit, bounce and catch. So it's similar to the one we did before our duck walk, except now when we sit down, what I want us to do is we're going to bounce the ball, and when it's in the air, we're going to try and jump up from our frog and catch. So what? So I sit down, I bounce my ball, and can I jump and catch the ball with my feet off the ground? Okay? So we're kind of staying in the same position for this, only moving to kind of get to the ball. Okay? So we're going to do 20 seconds of this again. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay? So down into our frog, bounce the ball up and catch. Down into our frog, bounce the ball up, catch. Down into our frog, bounce, up. Making sure to keep our hands nice and straight when we're catching. And trying to land softly on our feet. We'll do one more. Oh, I nearly went through the laptop. Okay, we'll take a break again. We'll do 2 more goes at that. And then we've got our final solo challenge just to finish. I think 20 seconds was a little bit easy that time. I think we only got 4 or 5. So we're going to go for 30 seconds this time. Okay? So if you got 3 or 4, you should probably trying to get 5 or 6. If you got 6 or 7, you're trying to get 8 or 9. Okay? So get ready to go in 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, go. So frog, bounce, up, catch. Frog, bounce, up, catch. Frog, bounce, up and catch. 4, we're halfway. I think I'm doing good. 5. We get one more. Brilliant. Okay, so get yourself a quick drink. We'll do one more round. If you want to make it a little bit harder for you, instead of bouncing it and trying to stay in the same spot when you land, can you bounce it a little bit in front of you so you have to jump forward to catch? Okay, so what? So I bounce it a little bit in front of me. I'm here. Bounce it a little bit in front of me so I have to jump forward to catch. Now, when we're jumping forward, we have to make sure there's loads of space between where we're starting and where we think we're going to catch, because we don't want to bump into anything or knock anything over. Okay, so only if you have the space, go back and you're able, try and bounce it and jump into it. Okay, so we'll go back again. Right, so we're doing last round for 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, frog, I'm going to bounce it forward and I'm going to jump and catch. And then you go back to where you started. Frog, bounce forward, jump and catch. Frog, bounce forward, jump and catch. That was better. That was my best one yet. Down there, frog, bounce forward. Very good. So our last challenge we're going to do today, so we're only going to start doing our solo this week. So we're going to do our 30-second solo challenge. So this is something that we'll be practicing every day for 4 or 5 minutes. So what I want the small people to do, so junior, seniors in first, ball in 2 hands, hold down by my waist. I point my toe up towards my nose. So I drop the ball and I try and solo back into my hand. Okay? So for juniors, seniors, first class, I'd like you to be dropping from 2 hands. What I want second and third class to be doing is, can you drop from the same hand as the foot you're going soloing with? So I'm going to solo my right foot, I drop in my right hand. I solo my left foot, I drop in my left hand. For our 4th, 5th, and 6th class, what I'd like you to do is to do every second foot. Okay? So every second foot is right foot here, and then left foot, right foot, left foot. Okay? So we're going to go for 30 seconds. Pick whichever one you want to try yourself. So try and do one that you're able to do, but is a little bit challenging. Okay? So we're going to do 1 round for 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 10 seconds left. Break. 25. Okay? So count your score. What did you get? We're going to do 1 more round of this, and then we're going to be done for today. So we're going to do 1 more round of your soloing challenge. Count how many solos you can get. Okay? And then what I'd like you to do over the week is to practice that yourself. So most of us have a stopwatch or something to time. You can time it off mom or dad's phone at home. Okay? So 30 seconds, you could do all right side, you could do all left side, and then you could do every second side. Okay? So we'll get back up. Last thing we want to do today, wriggle out your legs just so they're nice and fresh. 3, 2, 1, go. And 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7. Very good. I beat my score by 1. Okay. So last thing we've done today. So we've done our warm-up movements. We did our animal movements. We did our animal movement obstacle course. And then we did a little bit of football skills as well. Okay. So we did hopping and soloing. So we'll be doing more skills as the weeks go on. Thanks very much for coming on today. I hope you enjoyed it. And we'll see you again next week. Bye-bye.